Welcome back to the channel, everyone. This is the next video in a series of trying to bring my 6-year-old 160,000 mile Tesla a little bit refreshed and up to date. So today we're going to be playing with some door cards, and you can retrofit the latest model of door card onto the Tesla. This is how we do it. So you need to remove this plastic panel to get access to the screw using a pick tool. And you see there's a Torx bit. Same for the reflector panel on the side of the door, there'll be another Torx bit hiding behind there. Those three securing bolts are held in with a T30 Torx bit, so that's what we're going to use. Number 2. Number 3. Now using a pry tool, a trim pry tool, we can safely go around the edge and unpop all the clips. So you can see the speaker popped out, held in my clips as well, and it's just clips all around the bottom, and it will hang on the top rail. Let's have a look at the door that's to be fitted. You got a clip up there and near the top, another one down here you got to remove. Once you kind of get one started, it's quite easy to put your hand in and tease it out with your fingers, and eventually you hear loads of pops. It will sound quite rough, but it will come off. Gonna disconnect this speaker, simple connector, just pulls out. It was a bit tight. That gets your speaker ready for fitting to the new door card. You tuck the cable out of the way so the door card will come off easily and get caught in it. So the door card will just lift off. Take this foam out the insulation. It just unhooks. I don't want that to refit to the new door. It just hooks around these parts. Last hook being a bit tricky. Get the cable out of the way. Right. Get that up to the side. So that cable comes from the loom on the door, comes down to a clip there that holds it. You've got a run off for the puddle light, and then it runs up here, goes to this connector, to another, I think it's the glove dash pocket lights. So we've got to take that out. This is your manual override, you'll have to just pop that out. Runs along here, around them clips, all at the speaker. Let's start by disconnecting the cable tidies. This blue connector to be disconnected as well. Should just pull. Yeah, was a bit tight like the speaker was. Alright, disconnect these cables. Right. Just so you can see, there was a little tang in there I had to push down on, which is there, that unlocked that. There's another one here for a puddle light, I think. There's a little tang in there I need to push on, and it will release. So I need to pull down on that little tang in there to disconnect it. Come apart very easily. Let's do the emergency door override, the manual override for the door now. It's this cable. Just lift it up from this green collet or collar will pop out and remove it. Simple as that one. And just leave it to the side. Now we've just got to get the puddle light disconnected. It's going to be a similar connector to door pocket light we just did, where we pull down on that tang. So we'll do the same. Down on the tang, disconnected nice and easily. Alright, I've still got 4 of these cable tie wire guide clips to remove. Proved to be a bit tricky. There goes one. I ended up using a pair of pliers, and they'll just pop out. There's 1, 2, 4 of those we need to remove on mine. 2, 3. Number 4. Hey, that's the loom for the door. Safe. I'm just going to hang it over the edge of the back of the door with the window down. I've got the old one on the left, the new one on the right. I just want to see if there's any of these plastic lock-in tangs missing, because I'll want to use them. Looks like the new door has all of them, which is great. Just checking the door removed. It looks like one of my connectors is stuck, so I need to remove that really, or else the new one won't fit on. So just like that, nicely removed. Okay, we've got the new door card to offer up, and all the connectors to fit and the cables to route and secure. I'm going to connect the manual door emergency override. That little green collar has just got to sit in the slot here, and the rounded end goes into the hole that it kind of only fits in really. It's quite simple. So I ended up putting the rounded end into the hole first and then pulled the cable back to fit. And we can check the manual door release works now actually as well, by pulling the handle. That's working. Good. You can see what I mean, where it sits. Okay, I'm going to reconnect some of these push clips back in. Now we'll just push into the holes like a fir tree type connector, as they're called, fir tree, and then just push in like that. I can then connect the puddle light back in. That's in. That needs to go back in. Door bin lights, which is odd because I can't actually see a connector for one. Need to check the other door for that. That's a bit strange. I'd expect to see the cable. Gives me a few more push connectors to refit as per from where they're removed from. Blue switch can go back in. I think that might be the door lock. That's working. See if I can find out the mystery of this cable. This is the puddle light for the dash door pockets, removed from my old door. Doesn't look like there's one included with this second-hand one, so I'll figure out how we fit that next. You see this little tag here, if you push that and it pops like that, that panel will be loose and we can affix the pocket floodlight in and re-secure it. I know the new door doesn't have the puddle light, so I've removed it. So not the puddle light, the door pocket light, so I've removed it. And I'm going to install that. Clips into place. So that's that, and I can reinstall this now on the door. Nice. That's in, and we should have the wire there ready to go. We need to transfer as well. The light is missing. Just wasn't supplied with the door from the salvage yards for whatever reason. So we're gonna use a pick to pull it out, and it'll come out, and we can fit that to. Just pushes in, nice and simple. Poke the cable through at the end of the speaker. Poke that through the hole for the speaker. Now I'm going to refit the sound deadening material. Let me get the right way around. I think it was that way around. Just tucks around the hooks that are on the door card. at the top, and it just literally hangs down. Check all the cables are okay for a closeout. Next thing to do is just hang the door card. There's like a plastic bit of trim on the door card at the top that just hangs on this lip. Get the door card to just hang. This is the panel that we popped out earlier to fit the floodlight. And the floodlight just pushes back in, clips in, and then we can attach this cable and poke it back through. Looks like I've got another cable here to refit, which is for the lights. Bugger. We'll get it out anyway and check actually, because there's an issue I've just found. Currently no window switches are going to work due to the fact this connector in here, which is for the 4 switches on the driver's side, isn't connected, and I've just found it loose on the other side. And that runs to this connector here, so I need to join that on. Right, this doesn't look too bad to actually reattach. The issue I've been having is stopping the door card falling off because it's not secured yet. So we're trying to get this connector into that connector hole there, and that will give you the window switch control. Actually connected that switch that you just saw, and the windows are working now. Just going to check all of them. That's good. 3, 4. So all the windows working, so that's fine. Yeah, we're going to reconnect that puddle light. That's done, and the light's working, so that's great. I think that literally just pushes up and in. Nothing to it. So this door had the little reflector included, so I need to remove that with my pick because we need to get to the screw hole behind that shortly. Pick and pry tool, I think is the answer. Pick to be able to just get it away from the edge, and then you can slide a pry tool in behind and pop it out. Then we can line up for the screws shortly. Next thing we'll do is pop all the poppers into the holes. Get one of the bolts and just start it. I'm not going to go all the way tight. I started loosely, work my way along, the rest of the clips, pushing them in and see where the gap is so I know where I need to go. That's another one. Might need to give it a little bit of a good push with a firm hand and a bit of a tap, but that's now all flush and against the door. So we'll start the other Torx bolts that we had. A little bit out. There you go, see that? So you need to try and line them up. If I push on it in any way, does it help? All I can say about that is it just took some perseverance, and it got there in the end. So I'm going to tighten up all the others. I've got the little black trim in front of the button on this side where we had the difficulty to refit. No we don't, I'm wrong. Where's this going? Have we deleted a thing? There's nowhere for this to go in this side. It's smooth. And they've got this part here. Let's go look at the old door card. It might be that Tesla have done a classic Elon Musk and removed the part. It's not needed. Yeah, different design. So the best part is no part methodology that Elon likes and Tesla is obviously adopting. It's been done. So they're not using that part anymore. Interesting. Alright, time to refit the reflector in. is actually labelled on it up. There's an up arrow, so you know which way to install it. So make sure I get the orientation correct, and it just pushes in, clips nicely. Finally, we've got to do the speaker. And clip the speaker back in. Not really a positive click. Might be my connector slightly broken, so I'm going to get a bit of tape just to secure that. And I've got some tape, just in case there's any vibrations that rattle it loose. Just to safeguard against that, basically. Make it more secure. Tuck the cable excess back into the door, and you've got a little white clip there to line up over this. A little hole cut out. That white little tang that's sticking out needs to go through this little hole here, and then the rest of the clips just push down. And that's it, a nice big click. That's fitted. Shut the door shuts on the outside. Door shuts okay, check it opens. That open using that. Let's get in the car. A bit warm in here, Christ. Put some aircon on. Excuse the sound. Nice. That's in. Seems a good damn clean. Buttons still work. I'll wind the window down and then I'll perform a manual emergency open on the door. Check that works. Yep, that worked. Alarmed on this side. The connector with the red wires is smaller. That's because on the passenger's door, regardless of whether you're left-hand drive or right-hand drive, the passenger side will have this size connector because you've only got the one switch there. So that is normal. Remove the puddle right. This one. There's a little cap there that's come out the door. I'll show you. Little bung. That's it. That's sealed again. And we want the door card to be laying down. Alignment is still off on this one. The little pull down on the pocket actually helps. It's the same on the other side. Needs a good push on the handle to get it started and the hole lined up, and then you're there. So there are 2 lessons learned from doing the other side. These are the tools I used. A T30 Torx bit. Doesn't have to be on an impact driver, it can be on a socket or a screwdriver. A pry tool. A little bar to help locate holes for connectors to line up, a couple of pick tools, and a pair of pliers to help pull out any stuck plastic connectors that hold the trim to the door. So both door cards were sourced from eBay, and managed to get a good deal on them. Despite the prices shown on the screen, I actually paid £82 for one and £90 for another, and that was because of money off vouchers and coupons and offers I put in. So total was 172 quid, and obviously you can resell the old door cards, which lowers the cost of the project even more. And overall I think it's a nice mod. It's freshened the look of it a little bit, gives me scope to add interior ambient lighting strips. I'm very pleased with the outcome. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll keep making more content for you.